Well, good morning, lovely souls. I'm Sharlene Styles, if you don't know me, and I am jumping on here today trying to stream from two different sources. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but I do want to welcome you and say hello. I don't know if anyone is joining me live. I see two little eyes here, and sadly, I still cannot see comments. I've got to figure this out. But thank you for being here. And sadly, I will try to see your comments later, I guess. I'm coming to you today with what I'm hoping is a little bit of incentive for some motivation to keep your energy high, particularly in this time. In December, I'm in Canada, so in North America, it's a little chilly and getting cooler. And also our days are getting shorter. So we have less sunlight. Oh, hello, Paula. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here. So I'm offering this this motivation because I just recently needed to hear it myself, and I needed to remind myself. I tend to not be a winter lover. Unless it's, beautiful fresh snow, that looks wonderful. But I like to stay inside and be comfortable, I guess. And, but I also needed to remind myself that when I'm outside, I feel like lit up and amazing. So getting outside, even in the winter, or what is coming to be our winter, and potentially even colder than what it is now. So sometimes we can tend to want to feel safe and cozy and all warm and not disturb our equilibrium and get cold. So the idea for me today is I wanted to invite you to get outside every day. And the reason for that is just like a little tiny walk, even if it's like 10 to 15 minutes, even if it's in your neighborhood, just around your block, that sort of thing. But I too, I find that it's very invigorating when you get outside, regardless of the weather. And if you have proper clothing, of course, that's going to be most helpful and beneficial. That makes it more comfortable while you're outside. But one of the things about walking is, of course, there's a lot of physical benefits, and we could talk about that in a moment. But when you go outside, and particularly if you get out there with no distractions, like you turn off your phone so there's no pinging and ringing or dinging or reminders, excuse me, and you have this time to yourself, or even if you're walking with someone, it just kind of changes the scenery. It changes the balance of the brain and what you're focusing on, and it tends to shift the energy down to your feet, actually. So we have this connection to ourself when we're actually outside in nature, and also we are connected now to nature and potentially something to greater than ourselves, like our higher self, even our neighborhood. You get this feeling of connectivity, which I think particularly now in this pandemic, we have tend to have this separation from people, so we can tend to feel separated. So just being outside can give you a little bit of that reassurance that, there is life beyond you and you are connected to something else. So you may have heard me talk about forest bathing, or a Japanese term called Shinrin-yoku, highly studied in Japan, the physiological effects of being outside in nature, near trees specifically. Trees have this, it's like a protective oil, and what's released with that is phytoncides. And what the phytoncides do is they protect the trees, but as we breathe them in, this has been, as I said, widely researched, and the phytoncides, as we breathe in, have been known to reduce depression, reduce anxiety, reduce blood pressure, cortisol, and stress. So there's a lot of scientific markers that we know the phytoncides are very beneficial to us breathing them in, and the effects, I forget the exact study, I'm sorry, I should have looked that up for you, but just being outside for an hour in nature a day can last up to over a week long, the benefits of it. So my suggestion is to be outside, and if you can, be anywhere near nature, that would be most ideal. But just the act of walking alone, I'm sure you all know how beneficial it can be. You know, it can contribute to weight loss. It can help digestion. It too can help manage blood pressure, and we know from, I guess, scientific studies that walking itself can help reduce the risk of heart disease. So there's a lot of benefit to just being outside and walking. And I know it sounds so simple, and it is. It's very simple to do. Sometimes it's not comfortable when it's, you know, crappy and blowy and snowy or icy. But it's just my little reminder today, and I'm hoping to motivate you to get outside every day. And I'm not going to propose a challenge because, you know, life is challenging enough right now. So I'm hoping that rather than it being a challenge, it's an incentive. And perhaps something we can do as a group is just to get outside every day, making that commitment to yourself. And if every day is not possible, you know, start somewhere, maybe a couple times a week, or 3 or 4. So I'll invite you to do that. And I don't know, if you care to share, maybe you too can inspire someone else to do that. So, you know, post a picture of yourself outside or what you see. Yeah, and give yourself that gift of time with yourself and disconnecting from, you know, the regular routine and perhaps the busyness of your own mind. You may find new explorations out amongst your own neighborhood or a close by trail. So that is my Monday motivation for you. I'm hoping to inspire you to be outside, and I would love to know how it goes and see what you're doing out there, or see what you find. That would be really, really great for me. So I hope you have a wonderful day and an amazing week, and I'll look forward to seeing what you see outside. Okay, bye for now.